What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, and today I got another Set 11 VOD for you guys from the playtest. Set 11 goes live on PBE tomorrow in the afternoon/early evening, hopefully, as long as they don't have any issues. So this will probably be my last playtest VOD I put out, and then maybe tomorrow I'll put out, maybe I'll put one more playtest VOD out tomorrow while I'm, like tomorrow I'll stream, and then I'll have like some VODs from PBE out on Wednesday. It'll be, Thursday? Wednesday, yes. But yeah, this is a fun game from the playtest. So I wanted to show it off to you guys. We got to play around this new trait, which is Storyweaver, which I definitely talked about all of them in my previous video, but if you didn't catch it, Storyweaver is the new summoner trait. So Storyweaver summon a hero named Kale and evolve her. And as you put in more Storyweavers, she gets different combat effects. It's kind of like putting items on her. Like the first one is generally more supportive, and then as you go into 5 and into 7, she gets like stronger and you get like more like combat type effects. So it's a pretty cool trait to play around. It's the one thing I would say about Kale is that she's not like a giga carry. I kind of expected her to deal more damage because she is the unit that you summon. I feel like summoner units in the past have very often been tanks, so I thought, okay, we're going to summon a carry unit. Maybe she's going to do like infinite damage, but she doesn't really do that much damage. She just kind of sits in the back line, does a little bit of damage, buffs your team up. She's an interesting summon for sure. Prismatic Augments, Bruiser Crown, New Recruit, look like gloves. I don't think I was that interested in like any of these really. So I start rolling. Oh, and I get this new Augment here, 2 for 1. I don't know if this is going to be nerfed going into PB. I feel like it has to be because this seems to me like probably the most, like one of the most broken augments that they have ever conceived. You basically get a 5-cost duplicator every round, as long as you can afford the unit in your shop. So, here I'm already going to have Guarantee, so I just pick up the Nico and boom, that's an extra 2 gold. So it's kind of wild that in the situations where you don't actually have a unit that you care about duplicating, you just buy the highest cost unit and you get that much gold back, and then you sell the unit. In the situations where you do actually care about duplicating the unit, obviously it's a free duplicator. It can be a duplicator at any cost, but it's, the highest value as a 5-cost duplicator because, 5 gold is greater than 1 gold. So I have to imagine that they're either going to remove this augment by PBE time, or maybe just completely get rid of it, or maybe like nerf it in some really hard way, but I don't even know how you could nerf it. This is a pretty, okay, so these are the Kale options. So the first one gives Kale and adjacent allies 20% attack speed. The second one gives 30 AP, to her and adjacent allies. And the last one does Shred and Sunder for her damaging attacks and abilities. I forget which one I went for here. I can't really tell immediately which one's best. I tried out the Sunder one, and it seems pretty good. 20% is not huge, but just guaranteeing that you have Shred and Sunder is not bad. I think attack speed is generally pretty solid as well. Sivir also gives attack speed to her adjacent units, as you can see there, so like maybe it's not that important. I don't know, it's hard. I'm sure somebody a few days into the set will be like, well, obviously you always pick blue Kale into red Kale into, purple Kale. I don't think there even is a purple Kale. But I don't know. We'll see once we get that far into the set. But yeah, you can see here, just pick up a Zoe and boom, I have 2 Zoes. Like, it just seems completely unreasonable that I just get a Zoe pair. It's a free duplicator every single round. I can't think that this augment is anywhere near balanced. Maybe they could make it so you can only get it like Giga Late Game, but even Giga Late Game, that's a free, like, even if you only get it at 4-2, that's a free duplicator every round, like a free 5-cost duplicator every round. So yeah, I don't know how they could actually balance this augment, but it feels to me from the playtest that this is one of the most broken augments that you could possibly get. I had an idea going to this game. 1, there's a Riven on the carousel who's another Storyweaver unit, and 2, it's a Chain Vest. I had an idea with this comp that maybe you just focus in really hard on frontline items, and then you just let Kale do the damage. Like I was saying though, she's not that much of a damage dealer, so yeah. Here are the extra ones. By the way, she gets either stacking attack speed or her ability hits a wider area. I felt like her hitting a wider area didn't really matter that much. Maybe I'm wrong and like that one's really good, but I felt like just the stacking attack speed is probably really, really solid. But yeah, in this scenario, actually, who did I end up duplicating there? Just a 3-cost or something? Or maybe I duplicated Jax there? Yeah, Jax too? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was not right. He's a Warden, so like a 2-star Warden for frontline would be better, but I'm pretty sure it's just better to duplicate Aphelios here and make infinite gold. So yeah, I think I trolled on that round, but I've never played with the augment before. It's not my fault, man. It is not my fault. I pick up 2 Sivers here. I end up selling one because I'm probably not going to look for Sivir 3, but I guess like maybe I could have even looked for Sivir 3 with this augment because like you can play with Reroll as well. You just have to find like one of the units and then wait till the next round. Like it would be an interesting kind of like Yo, I wonder if there's ever an idea of like, if there's a broken 1-cost reroll comp, you just like roll each round until you find 1 copy of that unit, and then you wait till the next round and then you find another copy of that unit, and then you just use it to get you a really early 3-star 1-cost, and then like that propels you to like fast 8, fast 9, and then you use the duplicates up there to actually like hit, you know, 2-star 5-cost type stuff. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think almost any way you use this augment, it is going to be broken here. Also, Storyweaver, as you can see, we're on a decent streak here. I feel like Storyweaver is pretty strong early just because of the value that this kill provides. And look at this. We have a Zyra 2 here. We're hitting so many copies of like literally everything. We got our econ super juiced up here. And now I see that we have a Garen here. So all of a sudden, I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. If we find one more Garen with this augment, we just have Garen 3 immediately. Like, it's... So now I can actually, like, push levels and think about potentially playing for, like, Garen 3 without having to worry about, like, rolling down here. Like, I can just wait till I find the next Garen, and then boom, I have Garen 3. I don't need to find 2 copies. I need to find 1 copy. So, like, I actually feel like Storyweaver is probably a pretty good comp for this augment because, like, you can find upgrades, like, you know, star upgrades, like 3-star of the Garen or whoever at all levels. Prismatic, another Prismatic here, by the way. I wasn't really sure what I want to take here. I thought about Prismatic Ticket. This augment's generally not that good, and we already, like, I don't want to have, like, Econ Augment into Prismatic Ticket, like another Econ type augment, so I roll a bit. I'm not, like, that crazy about anything here. I think I just end up taking Buried Treasures here. Oh, no, I took Bulwark here. Oh. I mean, I guess it's... Oh, right, I took Bulwark here with the same idea that, like, if you can just buy infinite time for this kill, then she's gonna be a beast. So I just put a bunch of tank items on Garen, who's eventually gonna be Garen 3. I put some tank items on Riven, who's, like, a little bit tanky, but she's really not that tanky. Her spell is more, like, damage than tankiness. And the idea is, like, yeah, I'll just buy infinite time for this kill, and she'll do a lot of damage. And, hey, she deals... I mean, that's, like, 3k damage. It's so little, the amount of damage she deals. I have this Jax thing here, where you can get gold, you can get some champions, or you can get some rerolls. I think at this point, I don't really care about what I'm rolling for here. I just want to push levels, so I just take the gold. Maybe I could have taken the rerolls and looked for, you know, like a really good upgrade, but at the end of the day, like, I feel really good about just pushing levels in this spot, picking up a loon, making 2 copies, and then selling them, and then we just push levels and we have a good time. Like, look how much econ I have compared to, like, the rest of the lobby here. I'm gonna go, like, level 7 next round with, like, yeah, I'm pre-leveled to level 7 here. And it's not even like I've used all of these shops with 2-for-1 here to propel my econ. I've also used some to just make a bunch of gold, or to make upgrades, I mean. So yeah, I don't get it. I actually don't get it. Here off Carousel, do I go for, like, just the Zoe 2? I mean, Zoe 2, Zoe 2. I can't really make Sunfire, which is the only downside to picking this up. I'm not taking a takeable item, but Zoe 2, though I do end up just getting one in my shop anyway. Maybe there's some idea. The problem is that Ashe doesn't really fit on the board, so I don't really know how I could have played around Ashe, but maybe there's some idea of, like, picking up Ashe here and trying to play into, like, Ashe carry, but I don't really have items for her. I didn't actually get to play a single game of Ashe carry in the playtest, so, yeah, I guess we'll leave that for PB. I mostly play around the AP carries, because, I don't know, I'm an AP type guy, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the kill's still doing decent damage, but, like, you see, like, she definitely feels more like she just kind of supports the team, and then the whole team, like, every unit does a little bit of damage. Zoe does a little bit of damage, Sivir does a little bit of damage, Kale does a little bit of damage, and then you get all of that together, and you actually end up killing units, but, like, Kale herself does not feel like the super carry that I really wanted her to be. Also, Nico should go frontline. She's a frontline unit. I just, like, threw her in the backline randomly. I figured that out now. But yeah, I mean, I'm so rich. Like, it's unreasonable. I'm just getting +3 gold every single round, and then when I want an upgrade, I can find it, and it's +3 is the worst it's going to be. As I start pushing levels and finding 4 costs, then I can find 2-star 4 costs. Like, I can use it to find... look, okay, I've said this augment's broken enough times, so yeah. Warden's a frontline synergy, by the way. I didn't really talk about that. Also, this Kindred, like, almost smurfs on my board, by the way. Kindred is, like, pretty low mana, I believe. I think blue buff is pretty good on her. Oh, yeah, but here, I see something, and I say, wait a minute. You guys don't know about Hui, I talked about him, but his unique trait is that he highlights this little hex on your bench here, and whatever unit you put into that hex, he's going to duplicate after X amount of combats where X is the unit's cost. I know, kind of confusing, but yeah. I'm going to level up here. Do I roll? I think I might. Maybe I don't roll. Maybe I just say, fuck it, I'm going fast 9. Yeah, this game was a while ago, but I mean, I have infinite tank items here, so I'm still like, okay, I can play around this kind of stuff. I can slam this adaptive helm onto Hui to get him casting faster. His cast is pretty cool. It's like this expanding circle. The circle heals your units inside, and then once it hits max range, it explodes and does damage to the enemy units inside. So he's like he's like supportive, but he also deals damage. Yeah, I think in this spot, I'm like, who needs to roll an 8? I'll just go fast 9. I have this Hui getting duplicated, so I'm guaranteed Hui 2 after a certain amount of rounds. Augment wise here, I don't know. I thought about like blinding speed for red buff would be good for Hui if I didn't already have a Sunfire, because like he hits like everybody. But I was kind of just like, I think I just want more frontline here and go for stationary support. Maybe roll the dice would have been fun just for Giga Fast 10 antics. Yeah, I could see that as like a Fast 10 idea here. I just take the, I was thinking about taking this Udyr pair here, which is like pretty good. But I think like now I'm just one off of hitting Zoe 3 as well. As long as I find one Zoe, I can find Zoe 3 for free. So I was like, I mean, that seems pretty good because Zoe 3, it's going to buff up Kale more. Everybody's going to be happy. And yeah, I finally fight someone kind of strong and I finally lose my loss streak here. They just have this like Volibear slapping me and like, or no, that's Annie. I saw a bear and I thought it was a Volibear. I was like, why do they have Mana Zane Volibear? So yeah, this is an interesting encounter here where you can just roll for some kind of decent treasure armory here. I was looking just kind of for like damage item or something. I end up having to take red buff here, which like I think kind of stinks. I probably should have rolled more. I mean, like red buff is really good on Hui because of the fact that he spreads it so well, but like I already have Sunfire, so he's really not gonna be hitting. I mean, he ends up hitting like a little bit of backline here. Maybe it's good, I don't know. I should also certainly have Sivir next to my carries because Sivir buffs the units adjacent to her. Like right now she's just buffing that random, what was it, like Zyra who's next to her, which is like pretty troll. So yeah, this positioning stinks, but it's fine. It's chill. But yeah, I mean, I like to go into this, like I have Hui pair at this point. So like if I see a Hui on carousel and if I get that, then I can just have Hui 2. The crazy thing as well about Hui is when you start upgrading Hui, he decreases the time it takes to duplicate a unit. So I believe like Hui 2 would make it a 5 cost in 4 rounds instead of 5 rounds. And then I guess Hui 3, I don't know, probably just like duplicates everything. Maybe he duplicates your whole bench or something. That'd be pretty sick. But then where would the copies go? Okay, maybe that's not that sick. I don't know. I did not get a chance to hit Hui 3-star during the playtest. I'm sure some people did. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm just in Irelia waiting room to get 7 Storyweaver in. If I can hit Irelia, I can do that. I have Edge of Night components, though Edge of Night doesn't really make sense on Udyr because he like procs it, drops aggro, but his like Udyr already like heals himself up, though I think it's at a different threshold. I think him dropping is at 50%, so I think it's like maybe fine. But you know, whatever. I see Wukong here and I say, you know, maybe I can fit Wukong in here. I mean, a 2-star 5 cost is never bad in TFT, so that was kind of my idea. But yeah, so like, I don't know. Look, as I've said before, I was giga dizzy. I'm pretty sure everyone was giga dizzy during the playtest. We're all figuring out what these new units do, like how to fit new units in. It's kind of weird stuff. Also, I got slapped, by the way, by this tiny little, it's a Yone? No, it's a Yasuo. Yeah, it is a Yasuo 3 with Demon Slayer. Like he just slaps the hell out of me. But now I get Wukong 2 and I say, wait 1 second. Now I have Wukong 2. I have 4 Wukongs and I have a Hui that's gonna duplicate this Wukong. Maybe I can do something pretty sick here. So I'm like, all right, let's just try to duplicate this Wukong here. And I have an Augment that duplicates and I can go just 10 from like how decent my board is already. Though I kind of realized that like, okay, why am I playing 6 Storyweaver here? I could play, I don't know, I could play Altruist. There's not an Altruist in my shop. I could play Heavenly, and I was just playing the Sivir because I don't think I have anything better to play here. And I just make BT for the Wukong, and I just want to have good Wukong items here. I was hoping for BT, I don't know, like Sterex or something, but and I'm just having to make Redemption, which is a pretty solid item. But yeah, I fight this board, which like, I don't even know what does so much damage to me in this board. It's just like they have a bunch of carries on their board, I guess, but I don't know. I was shocked. It's just Lysandra being kind of broken. I don't know. I was kind of blown away by how much damage I took, how quickly in that fight. I get set pair here and I say, okay, now this is pretty good. He's a warden that I can play around here. He's going to be like a little bit of damage, a little bit extra damage on my board. He's also going to just like be kind of CC because he dunked somebody. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll play around the set. I'll just play around 5 cost plus Storyweaver soup. Not get to 7 Storyweaver, but just play around 5 cost plus the Storyweavers. Wukong can be like my duo carry set, can like kind of throw some guys around. You see Wukong with that big spin, his ability is so cool. And I'll just focus on duplicating this set, getting set 2, and then I can go from there. I can figure out what I actually want to play around here. I have the option of either Garen 2 or Galio 2 here. I end up just seeing the Garen 2. Oh, and also, like, once that Garen gets duplicated, I'm like, wait a minute. I've had 2 Garens on this board the entire time, because when I leveled, I just had 2 Garens. Like, look, like I said, dizziness very much occurring in these playtests. Also, I get another Zoe here. So it could have also been Zoe 3. I want to go for Garen, because I feel like, because I'm level 9, because I'm going 10, he's the one I'm actually least likely to find. So I might as well pick this one up, and then, like, it's a much higher chance I'll find Zoe later. Also, I think I get kind of stomped by an enemy. I really here. Wait, do I even hold the Zoe? Oh, I'm so smart. Oh yeah, I'm like, why don't I just lock here? I can lock for the Zoe. And then next round, I can pick that up, make Zoe 3-star, and I can just go for Shojin here, which I don't know why I went for Shojin, actually. I mean, it seems fine. Maybe just a random Zoe item, I think, because like it doesn't really do that much on Hui here. I'm going to get set duplicated here as well. Oh, yeah, I do just put it on Hui. I mean, it's fine. It's fine on Hui here. But yeah, I mean, I'm just capping the board out really high. I'm going to have set 2 next round, which should be pretty decent. And he will, you know, do as much work as he can do. I end up fighting a board that's like Hui 2, plus like Lilia 2 and stuff. But my Wukong ends up getting on backline immediately. I did talk about Wukong, where every time he does his 3 spell rotation, he like gets stronger for the rest of the game, which is pretty cool. And this, look at this Kale, by the way, just boom, 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 boom. Still just not very much damage though when you look at the Kale. Hui is finally going to duplicate my set here, and I just decided to go level 10 here to have the highest chance of picking up some extra 5 costs. Pick up a Wukong here, so now I have 3 extra Wukongs. I am at 6 total, and I'm going to get another one in 4 rounds. The only problem is 4 rounds is pretty far away, and if I start losing fights, then, you know, like, that's going to make things really difficult. So I need to try to win these fights if possible. I get 3 Heavenly in here, which, you know, buffs your entire team, seems pretty solid. We're fighting, once again, this Ash Cinder guy is just the bane of my existence. Their board just does so much damage, though. I just barely eke out a win here. But yeah, now I'm just looking for, really, I mean, more Wukong, so I can find a Wukong 3. Yeah, I say, you know what, I'm just going to roll here and look for Wukongs, because now I'm just 1 off. So now I just need to live at 3 rounds to find Wukong 3, or I can just try to roll next round to find Wukong 3 as well, because I mean, I'm 1 off. I have infinite gold. I don't actually scout here to see if Wukongs are out of the pool. I hope there aren't. I had to pick up Irelia because, like, why not? And then I get some extra Huis here, so I'm like, okay, I have Huis, I have this 2-star, but I've rolled down all my gold, and I haven't actually found my Wukong 3. I still have an LW on Wukong. This guy's named Wukong. I don't think there were any out of the pool, but, you know, a little scary. I really just wanted my Wukong 3-star 5-class tuber, but I wasn't actually able to pick it up. And at some point, it's either this round or next round, somebody pings my Wukongs. I'm like, bro, it's literally playtest. Who's pinging my bench, man? But yeah, I'm just gonna roll down here, try to find a Wukong here. Find Irelia 2, which kind of like short circuits my brain. I'm like, who can I even cut here? Make the Irelia 2, roll down, find another Hui 2. I'm like, okay, now I have the option to hit Hui as well. I'm 13 HP and say, you know what? I'm probably not gonna die from 13 HP here. As long as I can survive this round, I can roll a ton next round. But I do end up actually fighting this guy's board, who is really, 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 really strong. I'm kind of surprised by how much damage he did, but I just barely don't kill. I need to kill 1 more unit to live here. I just barely don't, and I die at 0 HP. This might go down as one of the most unsatisfying ends to a game ever in my life. I died with 8 Wukongs on bench here, and I could have just sold my entire board and rolled, but I trusted that I was not going to die from 13, which was my mistake. But still a fun game. Got to play around Storyweaver, got to play around this broken Augment. I mean, you can see I almost hit 3-star 5-class this game, like, and it was, I definitely could have if I had sold my entire board. I had so much gold sitting. So this Augment seems insane. I'll be surprised if it makes it to PvE. Maybe they'll find some way to nerf it or something. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are excited for PvE tomorrow. I'll probably be doing some viewer games, or I know Kai's doing his Project PvE thing. I don't know when that actually starts, but I got into that, so I might be doing that as well. I think it starts like a week into the playtest, so I'll definitely do some viewer games, that kind of stuff. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.